Welcome to Vanlife Microcosm. Now, a lot of people throw around that word microcosm, so here's the actual definition I found online. It is a community, place, or situation encapsulating in miniature the characteristic qualities or features of something much larger. Welcome to Vanlife Microcosm. We'll explain what it is. So, let's just say maybe you can't really go on a actual big trip right now at Van. Well, maybe you're not planning on living in it or whatever, and maybe you're not even planning on going any like significant length trip right now, which I would like to go on some trip pretty soon, another trip. But so you can do these little microcosms of van life, and so what that means, so it's in miniature, but it has some of the same qualities. So that might be just going on like a weekend trip, trying out your van, getting a little experience with it, learning what doesn't work with it, what's comfortable, what's not comfortable. That's a little van life microcosm, but it helps you kind of grasp the bigger picture. It's a small thing and it allows you to grasp the bigger picture. Now, it might also be, but what I'm doing here is I'm driving down to a different part of Duluth and down by the lake, or the harbor actually, and then I'm just going to be sitting there doing some work on my computer for my job. And so it's kind of encapsulating maybe the sort of thing I might do sometime on some trips out there. And plus it was just a chance to kind of get out of the house a little bit too. So the van kind of gives you a little more freedom, even if you're just like, you're within town. At least it gives you, like, let's say during a cold time or whatever, just some, something you can do that's kind of out of the house, but where you're still warm. Having your own little stealth camper. So that just allows you to do that kind of thing. So here we are in miniature. So I'm going to go down there. And basically, maybe I'll talk a little bit more in a second, like what kind of work I'm going to be doing. But but as I'm driving down there, I'll give you a little tour of Duluth. So here we are high up on the hills of Duluth here. And this is a busy intersection here. And there we go. This is Lake Avenue. It's the dividing line between east and west Duluth as far as the addresses, and maybe at least somewhat as far as like in people's mind, although I think maybe west Duluth, they usually consider that to be more further out. This would be kind of central, so it's, whatever your opinion is. And there we are. You can see the lake down there, and you can see the lake looks like it's pretty frozen. I mean, the lake would never be frozen enough where you could really walk on it. I mean, that'd be like probably like never happened, the actual lake. But the harbor, though, you'll see that does get plenty frozen. But it's maybe rare that like the lake ever gets even completely frozen over. I think they said like a couple years ago it got like 98% covered with ice, but it still didn't quite get like they didn't consider it to be still like completely covered with ice. But this little section by us though actually does get frozen more. But anyway, so we're going down these hills here. So Duluth is kind of like a microcosm of San Francisco, but a lot colder with a lot more ice than San Francisco. They've never seen ice. Kind of weird that there's people in some parts of the country that live in California, and it's like that's kind of like their microcosm of the world or of America, and they never really leave that. Like I was thinking of like the one station I like Will Prowl. He's always like, he just drives on the Bay Area, and mostly it sounds like he hasn't really hardly been out of California except when he's gone on like some international trips. But yeah, so but some of these people like that California is. Of course, there's so much in California that it's like its own microcosm of the world. There's so much contained, but some of those people, they didn't ever even get out of it. Don't even know, like, hey, there's a whole part of the country, like the Midwest, all these icy parts, cold parts of the country. I mean, it gets cold there, but I don't think they really get snow hardly ever. Probably, I don't know if the last time, remember that movie? Oh, that movie Edward Scissorhands. Did you say, oh, this is like the first time we had snow in LA in like 20 years or something like that? And anyway, something like that. It's been a while since I saw that movie. So here we are. We're just a little bit. This is the downtown section there. It actually looks pretty nice in the camera. Pretty golden, those buildings there. The light shining, so that's good. And just going to drive down and do some work. What I'm going to do, the work I'm going to do is actually, I thought this would be a good little thing to do if I want to just kind of like have a little experience just doing the work in the van, and then get out of the house. Because what I'm doing is I have to like transcribe something, basically just listen. So what it was is I had this project that my one friend got me. The main job I do is this website stuff, but I get involved with some of these writing assignments, these ones that like my friend kind of sets up for me because he's got a company that does this stuff. So anyway, but I'm kind of doing this thing where I had to like interview some guy who was in Germany. Now he's speaking English, and I recorded it. And what I'm going to do is I need to kind of like transcribe the whole thing, so I can just look at it and just kind of see, you know, what he was saying to each product. I mean, that's kind of like what I do anytime I've done stuff like I've written like, you know, some stories or whatever, or some blogs and stuff. Kind of like where I interview somebody, I kind of like will type it. I would like to have it like Charlie's grounded some people here. I like to like type it out and then have like a transcript of the conversation, and then and that just helps me a lot, like do it. I mean, it's kind of time consuming, and maybe that's even something I've thought about doing, something like you can actually pay people to do that. Hey, maybe I can even get like some people who are like van doors who want to do some work from the road and like pay them a little money, like to you know, I don't know what it would be, maybe like yeah, I don't know how, maybe like, I don't know what they charge these places online. Oh, they charge like $1 a minute, like for the actual talk time on the album. I mean, on the actual MP3 or whatever, you know. But that's which is pretty excessive. Okay, Charlie, he's like always got to be barking at everybody. I don't know what he's kind of paranoid. Maybe he needs like some anti-anxiety medicine. He's just kind of like everything's like every person's an enemy. Everything he sees, you know. And then he like his sense of where his territory is like really big. It's like he's barking at some guy who's like you know, all the way across the block. You know, it's like, you know, as if, you know, that guy's supposed to be like his property. Yeah, I'd like to get him to learn to be nicer to people, because I could see if I was in different situations, it'd be more like maybe a conversation piece, more, you know, you get a chance to meet people. But if he's always like growling at everybody, I mean, he's just a little doggy, but you know. Anyway, I need to have like the 2 cameras in here so I can kind of film Charlie while I'm doing this. Anyway, so here we go. Now we're getting. So we went to that hilly part. Now we're getting down to like the flat areas of Duluth. This area, like along the lake and stuff. This area is called Canal Park because it's built. It's by the canal and everything, and it's you know, that's the main. You know, it's kind of like the main feature down here. This used to be, so it's a bunch of like restaurants and hotels and shops, and it's all. And then, but one of the main attractions is during the summer going up and walking and seeing the big ships entering through the harbor, through the canal. And well, they go up till about December, I think, and then it gets too iced up. Like right now, there's no shipping going on, but so it's closed. Like I don't know, from like December through February maybe. And right now, I'm just gonna go into this. I'm gonna go in this store here just so I can just want to get a couple, like some drinks or something for hanging out down there. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay, got a few little drinks and stuff and some chips and stuff. That's about it. Like, I think I do have some dog food in here for him, and I got some water too. I don't know if I have like what kind of dish I have that I can use for the water and stuff. I can find something in here. Yeah, lots of old buildings down here. This was like a warehouse area for a while, and then it got like kind of like redone as a entertainment area, bars and stuff. I mean, actually, there's a lot of places that are like that. I've seen in different cities where we've done something like that. I don't know if at some point maybe all these small warehouses went away. That was the deal. Like, but why? Like, yeah, what the deal with that is why there's so many areas across the country that are almost just like that, where there's a real similar thing. It makes you think like somehow like, oh, are these all like really the same place, and they've just like changed things slightly, like, and to make you think, you know, because how could there be this many similarities between different places in the country? So think about it. Okay, so all right, that is the aerial lift bridge in the distance there. That's the bridge that goes over the canal that separates Duluth Harbor and Duluth Lake, or I mean not Duluth Lake, Lake Superior. big sandbar that goes across, just kind of like walls off that western edge of Lake Superior, western little tip of it, Lake Superior. It's basically like there's just a wall that goes right across that wall's that little tip off, except it's natural, it's not man-made. So, but it kind of forms like a perfect little harbor, sheltered area. Yeah, now I'll see if I can get like some Netflix set up, and maybe some YouTube or some Netflix, because now I have this I did get this unlimited plan on my phone now, so I can do stuff like that, so we'll see if most of the time how good the coverage is going to be most places, but but it should be. And then I need to come up with some way to put it like on a larger screen. The phone's okay for now, but since they don't, on this plan I don't have a hotspot, so I got to find some way to actually hook something up to the phone and then put the video on it on some kind of bigger screen. I can't just like use a hotspot and just like play it on something like a tablet or something like that. So I need one of those like cords that goes into to an HDMI, or I don't know. I think I knew one person that said they could do like the screen mirroring, or it's like where you screencast. Except I don't know. Then I read some other thing. It didn't make sense, because usually like when you screencast, what you're doing is both the phone and then like the TV are both hooked up to Wi-Fi, so you're both getting like the internet through there. And then you're kind of like redirecting the video from the phone to the TV, so so I don't know if you can really do that if you're like on 4G and not on Wi-Fi. But anyway, this road feels more bumpy than usual. These roads in Duluth like suck. There's so many potholes. I guess it's like that any place that gets this cold, but yeah. Okay, so the park closed at 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. It's got to be gone by then. Okay, so let me think where I want to go. I could go into that area. That would be as far as best if you want to be like not have lots of people around, but if I want some place where I can still kind of like see something once it gets maybe up here. Now I know like Charlie, whenever we get down here, he starts doing like his little whimpering thing. So, but this lady walked up to that bathhouse just to find out that it's closed. I see that happen about 100 times when I'm down here. Like people, there's that block, that concrete bathroom building there, and then it's like but they close it in the winter time, so it's like, and then so basically that's the problem. There's really nowhere to go to bathroom down here. Now I do have my jug with me. This is a microcosm of. Get tired of hearing that. This is a microcosm of. Here we go. Here's this. This is a sailing club. I used to be a member of it for a little while, and then I did get my own sailboat, but okay. Let's just be careful. Okay, so this ought to be, this ought to be an okay place to park, because I don't think people will like walk. Well, of course, there'll always be some guy who wants to like walk right between you on the right side just for the heck of it, even though there's no reason to. But okay, so I'm in a spot here where I should be able to. I'm not blocking traffic. I'm not blocking the road here, and I'm not. I should be able to look out, and there shouldn't be that much chance of someone really like walking right in front of my van, on that side where I sit out. So anyway, okay, in the van now, and waiting for these windows to get the ice to come off these windows. I got the heater on. It's like, okay, it's only 28 degrees right now, but it's warming up. Wrap Charlie in his little blanket here, and then I'll probably work on this. I have like a keyboard here I think I can kind of hook up and then be kind of typing and then be able to see what I'm typing on it from there. External keyboard. Anyway, but the heat feels warm coming out of that thing there. It'll be warm in here no time. See, it's just already up to 30 in this short time I've been talking. Okay, so I was typing some stuff on this, using this keyboard for a while on this computer, and now I'm done with my work for the night. There's Charlie. He looks happy in his blankets there. And then let's just turn the lights off for a second. This is Duluth at night, which I guess you can't really see in this camera. Yeah, this phone kind of sucks when it comes to any kind of like dim lights like that. Okay, well, let's do this glass. Let's see if it looks a little better if I open the door for a second. Okay, that's a little better. There you go. So there's a... have to come take some pictures of this more like in the daytime. But anyway, there's the big... can't really see it, but that's all ice. That's the iced up bay. And that's the... you see there's the big towers on the top of Duluth. All those towers on the top of that big hill. There's the big hill. Kind of see a few things there. Like you can see some of the roads that go up the hill. See the curvy road there that's like the highway. That's Highway 53 going up the hill. Anyway, so there's Duluth standing against the... yeah, okay. I'm sure it's not really looking good with this camera at all. Maybe it'll look a little better when I look at it actually on the computer, but I could tell that like this phone's not really taking a very good picture of it. So anyway, so I guess that's it for being down here on the water for the night, or down, actually I should say ice actually, but down here, my little micro office stealth camper, and it's microcosm of van life, and maybe a microcosm of the universe of the world or something. I don't know, down here. So anyway, talk to you later.